Welcome back to Regiment Mana.
Barry! Oh my god! Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. The
Let's-
wings were
it's
just...
Rabbi, Jova. It's
The wings were
Dark
just
Star Rabbi.
Rabbi's ears. Sorry, folks. Let's...
Jova, are you
Don't
okay?
let it go.
So let's detach ourselves
It'll be
temporarily from that god awful fairy arc,
Yes.
and let's start something new. One of the minor story arcs
Is it...
by
Okay.
taking another artifact. In this case, let's see. No, the Tome of Magic will be for later. Even the Trembling Spoon, the Sand Rose.
You know, it's
So-
And by
in case you
terrible
know-
fairy means both terrible fairy.
If you know something about desert rose in geology, do you know where you can find them?
desert.
Yep. So that's where we're going next.
Look,
The clues in the name.
look, so long as we don't come across fairy godparents, we're fine.
The Duma Desert, specifically.
You know, I'll admit, for very odd parents, the one thing that always remained consistently funny was Crocker.
Or
for sure.
Stroker, yeah. For context, it's up to Jova and Shiroi. Because now we're getting this side quest involving the Geo Magic School of Academy.
And
Academy
this
of
is
Magic,
not part of one of the main storylines, right?
sorry. Because, no, it's one of the optional ones.
Which one am I? This one?
All the students, Jova, because they're the
This
same.
is
they're
too
just
much of a
as one.
shock.
Apparently, the students came here for some sort of experiment.
I
but
can't
something
believe
went wrong.
this.
No way.
I'm hungry.
How could he do this to us?
I don't know.
This ancient spell book was stolen.
Alright, Shiro, you'll be this character. I'll mention. If she doesn't mention, I'll tell. There you go.
Okay. What should we do now? Huh?
Villain?
What should I do? What should
Surprisingly,
I do?
no, Jova, but there's an interesting conundrum over there.
What are you doing in a place like this?
She looks like a fusion of Crow DeVille and the villain from Gargoyles.
Also, like speaking for a Western accent. What are you doing in a place like this?
Shall we
This is
catch him,
automated,
ma'am?
sorry.
Let's get him. Charge!
That's not like terrible Brooklyn accent.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to do.
Cut it out. Stop it now.
What species
In case you
are
haven't
you?
noticed, this person is this kid's current professor,
Hi, Miss Kafinja.
Kafinja,
Kafinja.
This person is not with.
the fiance. Sorry, all these complicated.
Marvelous.
So essentially, that's the thing. This is Professor Kafinja. She's a basilisk, in case you haven't noticed.
Oh, so that bottom
Oh.
half is actually her. I thought she
But
was
she-
writing something.
But she's rather gentle for being a person of her species.
Yeah, especially considering how basilisks normally don't have feminine tops, now do they?
You don't
Uh,
have what it takes.
You don't say, Jova. I'll tell you something later on.
You're looking for a guy named my fiance.
Well, see, Glibs, the basilisk was friendly all along.
And we stabbed it in the mouth.
Glibs? Oh my god,
Stole
is
it.
Glibs so
the spell book
horrified?
from the school's library.
Yes, he's verbed.
Let's got lost in the desert. Anyway,
He gathered his students and came here to try out some of the magic.
But since he's prohibited magic, it's dangerous stuff, so...
We want to retrieve the book, but the desert is too large.
Are these kids also snakes?
No, they're just regular kids.
Aw, so she's like their surrogate mother.
I don't know what to do.
Being a professor, yes.
Are they orphans?
We don't know, Jova, but we don't really need to know.
Don't ignore me. Hey, thanks. We'll find him sooner if we cooperate.
I'm surprised she doesn't
Because of that,
slur
don't
her
you?
S's. Since she's part snake.
I'm
Kafinja. Yes.
A professor at the Academy of Magic.
We're gonna go
Oh,
there eventually,
GG.
aren't we?
Yes. It's actually theater part. It's actually part.
I'm
integral
gonna
part
reach
of-
for the stars.
It's integral part of the Jumi quest, so it's bound. You're bound to visit this sooner or later.
Got it.
We keep track of each other with the students as the messengers.
Just hope they don't get caught by anything between us.
Oh, and watch out. Nefiante's students will give you false info.
So
Oh,
essentially, it's a game. It's the classic conundrum Jova of
Capsule
spot
of
to
Who's
Right.
the
understand truth.
captain?
Yeah, no, not just that. Who's telling the truth and who's not. essentially.
Yep, I figured. Let me guess, two professors with a rivalry against one another. Also, dang, Kafinja can move fast for a snake.
It's actually she's on two legs, so she doesn't have a tail.
Oh!
She's a anthropomorphic basilisk essentially, and is doing any magic, Drova. The internet can stop itself without having lewd over here.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, to be
God.
fair, when you give her even legs, you're kind of asking for it.
But to be fair, I didn't request lewd, but as a shout out to these, I actually requested. They didn't maybe. I actually requested a kind of like a satire image about it. But anyway, let me get to more important. Kafinja herself is this basilisk, but it's professor at the Academy of Geo. But her appearance obviously gets people frightening about her. So obviously there being a confusion, but she's gentle in nature. We just need to not provoke her deliberately. I mean,
She's gonna be a boss fight, isn't she, if we provoke her?
surprisingly, no, Jova. She's again Jova. She's very gentle, and considering us, the player, usually have friendly terms with the NPCs.
So, oh, wow, really?
That's the thing, Jova. Let's just say that's one character, but we already have seen. Later on, we'll pester her so much where she's gonna be forced to use her petrifying stare.
So, I have to wonder, where... Oh, let me guess. That's the scene where you find out she's a basilisk. In story.
She's also it's also told in her bio. So.
Oh my god, a chocobo!
Yeah, we remember you can also find them as soon as we got on the high road.
And you're killing it.
It's a Jova. Don't even get me started. Like, I don't know what image the normal Final Fantasy game have done to you, but almost in any non-mainline Final Fantasy game, chocobos are quite nasty, especially in games like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, Jova, trust me.
Even worse than
Tonberries? Yes, especially the red chocobos. Like, high-level chocobos, especially the different colors, love even to cast meteor spells on you.
So the cute little birdie mascots are vicious predators.
It got referenced in Final Fantasy XII since it was part of the Ivalice project. I don't know if you tried it, Jova, but essentially in one of the mid-levels, like the Giza Plains, I think, there's a rare Final Fantasy XII has a lot of rare mob spawn, and one of them in this plane is actually a level 99 red chocobo. So there's also the possibility of that. Anyway, to recap a bit, Kafinja is now in this desert because she wants to capture my fiancé because he stole a book that's very important for the Geo Academy, and she doesn't want him to use dangerous spells. So essentially what we need to do is to have a game of trust with the students and guessing who they work for.
Did I miss anything?
Basically, Jibs, it turns out the cute woman is actually a basilisk.
Gee, I couldn't tell by the snake on her head.
Wait. She had a snake on her head?
Yeah, it's on her portrait, the Jova also
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, well, I can surprise you guys with my attention to detail sometimes.
I thought that was a white hair strand of hers.
That's
It's
also one of
green.
the reasons why this game needs an HD remaster at least because of these because everything needs to be
what Secret of
upscaled.
Mana is getting.
Well, Single Man is getting a full-blown remake.
Yeah, in 3D and everything.
Well, yeah.
Alright.
An HD remake could also, but seriously though, I mean, why make someone a basilisk if they don't even have a snake bottom? Like, does she even have a tail?
Yeah, she has a tail.
Oh.
Essentially, Jova, she has the body of a snake with just legs and arms on it.
Okay.
Jova, I'm
Again,
pretty sure
again, like you
you're
said-
you're a Sonic fan. You should be accustomed to personas.
Sonic's not really done a snake one though.
Those as per the Camilio count, SPO. Sorry.
I guess.
Also, Lyric, although he only
Oh,
had.
yeah, I forgot he existed.
Well, I know that Lyric is there. I'm just saying it's like I'm talking about like, well, the normal body proportions of a main Sonic character. Lyric has most of his body encased in metallic armor.
Yeah, true.
But
Also, yeah, we're
The
actually
discount
fighting.
you're saying.
But anyway, like you said, Tia, this game could use an HD remake so, I can actually make out what these people are more often. Because don't get me wrong, this game is gorgeous, but some of the compression does take away from how I can make out the
I agree.
characters.
If there is a remake of this game, I really hope they rewrite the story because a lot of that fairy storyline needs to be completely rewritten.
Or deleted, even in case.
I'd say more likely they'll rewrite and add on to it if the Final Fantasy VII Remake is anything to go off of. Like, apparently they're going to add so much in that game's going to span off across several release dates with different cases and whatnot.
Take another road.
I don't know,
Turn
Jova,
back
considering...
already.
I don't know, Jova, considering after they announced that episodic release, there was quite the backlash of sorts. So maybe the reason it's taking so long for them to show more is maybe because they're kind of trying to backpedal it and just trying to...
I am assaulted
maybe-
by children.
Very literally
maybe-
bum rushed you.
I have another idea.
Wow, oh my god, guys. The little
Right.
children
Maybe,
will...
remember-
Go on.
Remember the most
Now,
recent...
hold on, Weaves. Sorry for dialogue.
Should I? Oh,
Hey,
she...
wait for me. I made it.
Oh, I see.
There,
She,
you made it.
she even has chicken feet. Oh, right. The kind of basilisk that's part chicken, part snake. Okay.
Yeah, I remember, Jova. This game takes from the most basic roots of mythology.
Okay.
My
Ba-
fiance's,
Sorcery.
well, You'd better check your equipment before you go.
Translation: there's a boss fight. Be prepared.
By the way, Dweebs.
Save.
Anyway,
It's
as
a-
I'll say,
sorry, go on.
Yeah, go ahead, Weaves.
maybe, or I mean, other than the game itself apparently being actually pretty good, there was quite a bit of controversy surrounding how they released the recent Hitman game.
What
that had an episodic release schedule as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
And
that depends. I mean,
I
how
wouldn't-
was the game in
Very.
the
It's
episodes?
also different, Jova, because that's just Eidos. Sorry, this we're not managing to handle their idols IPs. Anyway.
Well, remember, Tia, recently they sold off
I know.
Hitman to them.
So-
to them.
Anyway, you'll be my fiance for convenience, Weaves.
So it's you, Carpenter.
Stop whatever you're doing and return the spell book.
I can't
Well,
believe
this
the
spell-
best.
How to do a magic cannon.
Oh, that book. I discarded it.
What is he supposed to be? A hen, which is the mortal
The
enemy of a.
More
basilisk?
like a goat.
Quite a useful book, I'd say. I memorized everything in it.
Then why the hell didn't you give it back?
I don't know.
How about a
Fine.
spell that creates a star?
Oh, you're gonna create Monica Bellucci? By all means.
No.
That
Sure.
machinery. You're gonna use it to create a star?
I just said that!
Although, if I have to be honest, the payoff to this quest is quite charming, so
Alright.
keep going.
That's not all. I intend to make the stars move as I wish. For example, I am going to move Kate Blanchett to Marvel Studios, like so.
Of course.
No, you're not. Wait. No, you're not going to.
Oh, he is.
That's right. And even better, I'm going to move Michael
Wow.
B. Jordan all over the place. I'm going to destroy the Earth by making all the stars fall.
Why is everyone obsessed with the Earth being
I
destroyed?
won't let it happen. Yeah,
Joe.
why is the Earth so special?
Jova, to believe it or not, is not joking.
Nothing can stop me now.
This is a side quest about school kids. When did
First
we
off, we need to defeat some minor bosses, then we'll see the payoff. But go ahead, Joe. Pit believes what you were saying in the meantime.
What about Hitman?
Yeah.
Well, after season 1 of that, Square Enix
Yeah, sold the IP in
yeah,
general.
well, although interestingly, unlike what EA would do, Square sold IO to themselves and let them keep the Hitman IP.
Yeah, but even in general, Dave, remember, we also have that program about people taking on the idol's dormant IPs and do whatever they want. That's what they're doing with Fear Effect, for example. So it's a clear sign to me that Square doesn't really know what to do with some of the idol's
Which is-
IP like gags.
Which is a shame. I mean, I don't think it's like EA where they're just leaving their studios to die. Because at the very least, they're giving Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal other projects to do in the meantime. And
Yeah.
apparently they've confirmed that there is going to be a new Tomb Raider game coming out in the near future.
Yeah.
Can it
But,
please
for
not
now,
be a part of the rebooted
I
continuity?
think their series are more on rest than flat out dead.
The problem with how
for,
Square handles that studio is that they definitely do not have a vision in mind with it.
Also, weren't they supposed to make some Marvel games starting in 2018?
They are. That's
Well,
still
but we
being
don't-
done.
But what we don't know, they said we got news here in January 2018 by the time of this recording.
Okay, Teal,
What time is still January 2018?
what is up with these? What is up with these birds' health bars? You know, they constantly swap between blue and green and blue and
Jova,
green.
it's like the Behemoth or Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts. So sometimes the boss has so much health that you just keep going.
Oh, no. I get that. What I'm saying is like, well, why didn't they have different colors for those phases? I mean, for a moment
After
they...
those, they ran out. All right, time to see what if they managed to stop the star cannon or not.
He blew me out of a desert.
We gotta catch up.
Darn it, we're
Gotta
not gonna
speed up.
make it. Let's speed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever.
Sonic reference.
You know, actually, you're a basilisk. Why don't you just freeze him in place with your looks?
Well, she's gonna try to do that now, but let's see.
And now, the greatest show of all time.
Why are the students on board with this?
No.
No. Ting.
Oh no.
So let's see what happens. Oh no. Anytime.
What?
And it's fireworks.
What?
What?
He tricked us, didn't
Plan into fireworks.
No, it was actually really clueless.
Okay.
he? So this is like that Yu-Gi-Oh! XL episode when you think about it, when they're trying to stop a bomb, but it turns out to just be a firework display. That was the episode
No,
that made
not true.
Pedro go
No,
drink.
Joe, no, Joe. If this was like Yu-Gi-Oh! ZX, I'll be hating the human race.
True. And I will admit that payoff was actually kind of funny. So is this the part where he gets angry and attacks us, Oogie Boogie Kingdom Hearts style?
I'll just disagree.
Okay, I guess that was pretty cool.
Pedro.
Here, take this.
Pedro, I was saying that this is funny, not Zexel.
And
Okay.
that's it.
Wait, that's
Wait,
it?
Really?
Yes.
Although
Yeah,
they
just ended in
go
disappointingly
pretty
standing
far. Okay, that was Reach for the Stars, everybody.
Okay then.
This game is
Alright.
weird.
Well,
Either
it's
that book was a bunch of hooey or he didn't understand a lick of it.
probably that.
So I
we-
guess we can
right.
assume we got the book back. Are we ever gonna go?
Not
into-
just that, not just that, Jova. All the next times we will see my fiance is gonna be pretty much a good guy.
So the guy who tried to destroy Earth because I have no idea is gonna be
Because
a
he
good
wanted
guy.
to try, he essentially wanted to, being a wizard and an experimental guy, he wanted to experiment with spells.
By
So that's why.
destroying the Earth. By destroying the Earth.
Jova, this series inspired this game inspired partially Kingdom Hearts, a series where a bald guy voiced by Leonard Nimoy wanted to erase reality in darkness just because he wanted to experiment. Are you really complaining about this?
This really is the birth parent of Kingdom Hearts. Just
Alright, let's
please,
see.
There we go.
please, let's not have somebody say it was all part of their plan. I can't take it anymore.
There it is.
A sorcerer did a little old magic in the desert. I was watching it too, and it was really cool. I guess ancient people thought better things back then.
You were there all along, weren't you? Oh my god,
You
oh my
were
god,
there,
oh my
you were
god.
there.
Oh my god, of course. It's gonna turn out that the Cactus Kid is
Hashtag
actually
we
the
were
true
there.
villain, isn't it?
Surprisingly, no. Jova. You think he's gonna pull like something like Kirby Return to Dreamland.
Or
no.
Ansem in the first Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I assume it was more like a thing if you read actually the diaries when you
Well, I'm also talking about, remember how you
went
run into the cloaked figure at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, but you didn't knew that it was Ansem, so...
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, well, for all we know, Cactus Kid is the bad guy, but we don't know it yet.
Anyway, time for another lesson. It's you,
Hey,
Jova.
I just built a shop for making instruments that play music.
Get ready, kids.
Play magic.
Up the
We got
stairs
an-
on the right. This week's
we got
assignment
a-
is building an environment to make instruments yourself.
We got another mechanic, but we're never gonna use it.
So I built a shop right here.
Oh wait, didn't someone else build a shop here already?
It's structural more layers, Joe.
Oh my god, so it's bigger on the
Sure.
inside, isn't it?
Let's help the kid, might as well.
Yes. Enchanted Instruments 101.
Essentially, Jova, this is the closest thing you'll see to actually using magic in combat in this game.
You can get elemental coins by playing music to elemental spirits.
Ooh, how helpful are elemental coins?
Never tried,
But
honestly.
they'll only give you one if they like your song. Come on, let's go look for a spirit.
Oh,
Sure.
what are elemental coins even supposed to be for?
For attracting
Elements.
the spirit. For actually using magic in combat.
Oh, so it's Yokai Watch. Goody.
Kinda.
I've never seen one here before. May never come to places like this, where there are so many people. We're so lucky.
Oh, let me guess. The protagonist has it in him that to attract them, doesn't he? Because
No,
he's
you
the
just
chosen
no.
one.
Everyone can do it as long as you use musical instruments to lure the spirits.
I get that, but he said that they never show up like this before, so I'm guessing the story reason for them being here is...
It's just a thing he said. Also, he's a kid.
Okay, if it doesn't like it, then it will disappear right away.
Let me guess. More often than not, they don't like it.
Yeah, it's very
It's-
convoluted
it's
and RNG.
Oh, goody, RNG, my favorites.
That's one. That's one.
Everyone's
That's
favorites.
the reason I never bothered, especially because you're already powered on your own, so this mechanic doesn't. You don't really need it.
And don't get me wrong, RNG stuff is still something that can play games to this day in modern age. Like, seriously, RNG alone is the main reason I'm not too fond of the first Yokai Watch game. Thankfully, the second one fixed that stuff.
Anyway, that's why you should choose as many as possible, but right now, one is fine.
So essentially, Java, if you use more instrument and you compose like a melody, the spirit will be more attracted to it. That raises your chances.
Charming, good. The spirit likes it too. Find the right time to...
You have to time it right as well?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Wow. Oh, God. You know, okay, this game's a weird anomaly. There are a lot of things I really like about it, but then it's got a lot of those old things, and then there are just some things that are like, okay, I don't care how old you are, this is just dumb all around, even for the time.
And there we go, Wisp Silver.
Oh, and now it's Sonic Colors as well. What?
No, that's the thing, Java. That's the thing, Java. Remember, the elemental spirits in this game are named after the classic ones in the Gaelic folklore. So salamander, gnome, sylph, undine, and so forth.
Let me guess, they're tied to the names of the artifacts we've been getting.
Yeah, the coins, I mean, yeah. But again, once again, it's another mechanic that I don't really need.
Well,
so.
this tune came right out of Kingdom Hearts.
It's the shop one. We heard it already before in the golem and the blacksmith.
Now you can make enchanted instruments. Is there anything you want to ask me about?
What are coins for?
Coins give magical effects to instruments. The song's magic type is determined by the material and the coin's properties.
So what, do you insert coins into the instruments?
Yes.
And be sure to check whether the coin is gold or silver. It will affect the instrument's power and type of magic.
Is there okay, how do you insert coins into instruments to make this stuff work? Is there a slot?
They
You're the-
probably have a
well, Jova, you're the musician. You tell us.
We don't do this. I'm just gonna say right now. The only instrument you slip a coin into is like one of those one-man band or a jukebox.
Are you sure, Jova? Maybe you've been bamboozled your entire life.
So what you're saying that if I put my quarter into my saxophone, that means I can summon a giant dragon spirit.
Yes.
Care to try?
Sure, why not? Alright, Shiroi, let me know if this works.
Wait,
Hey, you're the one in Wales who has a dragon for a flag. So I'm gonna see if I can make every single dragon on every single Wales flag come to life and populate Wales.
That would
And-
be really cool.
Yeah, but Jova, the entire population will be wiped out in like 5 minutes.
I'm
No,
sure.
we tame them and go after England.
Oh yeah,
Congratulations! Congratulations, Shiro. You officially came up with a better plot than Reign of Fire the movie.
Yes.
Seriously, yeah, because Wells hasn't already taken over a lot of our stuff. Basically, in the past few years, I've seen Welsh road signs, Welsh ambulances, and Welsh post office vans in the middle of England.
Wow.
Welsh Royal Mail, I should say.
Anyway, my headphone fell out, so a better plot than what?
Reign of Fire. It's a
very
movie.
boring movie.
Basically,
Insurance
Shiroi,
claims.
Reign of Fire is about what would happen if dragons suddenly came to life. Oh, by the way, it turns out dragons were the ones who killed the dinosaurs in that movie. Basically,
Don't
dragons
ask.
come out, and there is only one male amongst all these females that managed to populate the entire Earth. And apparently England is the place where the male is hanging out. And it turns out, while, you know, some countries are fine, England has been devastated by dragons.
Okay.
Now my master can make more instruments in the backyard workshop. Wow, master is really learning how to pick on those monsters.
Fun fact,
too bad I
quote-unquote,
already know.
England in that movie was actually Scotland. They didn't even really try
No,
to do that well.
no, they were filmed in Ireland.
Oh.
So the initial scenes were apparently filmed in London itself, but it was
But
like
only
2
that,
minutes, so-
the
Yeah.
admittedly part of that was, oh no, actually no, that wasn't even the reason.
Anyway,
Oh, wow.
in the next part, we start officially the Dragon story arc, and we go to hell.
Oh,
So
speak of,
see you for
oh,
see you
speak
for
of the
that.
devil,
What is
dragons.
it with video games and going to hell these days?
Reference to classical Greek mythos, but I will explain more in the next part. See ya.
See,
Yeah.
There.
See it.